Myself, Dr. Manisha Mathur, Associate Professor, Botany Department. Today we are starting with our first lecture of plant pathology. We are starting with Unit 3rd. First topic is symptomatology of fungi, bacteria and virus. Now, what is symptom? As a result of successful infection of a host plant by the pathogen, a number of physiological changes occur in the plants. Or we can say the visible effect of disease are called symptoms. Now we will start with symptoms caused by fungi. Fungi can cause general or localized sign or symptoms. Sign includes hypha. We can see the fungal hypha, mycelium, fruiting bodies and spores of the fungal pathogen. They are significant clues to proper identification and diagnosis of disease. The following symptoms are common in fungal infection, whether alone or in combination with other fungal pathogen. The first type of symptom is necrosis. This is the commonest and most destructive type of effect. Necrosis, what do we mean by necrosis? Necrosis refers to the death of plant in localized infected part of plant. Different forms of necrosis may be as follows. The first type of necrosis is leaf spot. In leaf spot, we can see here, in leaf spot, the cells are killed in limited area to form lesions or spot. Leaf spots can vary in size and age. Generally round and concentric or can be ovoid or elongated on both stem and leaves of the host plant. The symptoms of leaf spot may be in concentric rings or in the form of tar spot as we are seeing in the diagram. They are the characteristic type of leaf spots which appear as raised black coated fungus bodies giving appearance of flat drop of tar on the leaves as is seen in Phyllocora. This is the diagram of the leaf of the infection caused by Phyllocora. Sometimes the necrotic regions, it separates from the healthy parts of leaves and result in the formation of short holes. Second symptom is blight. This is the diagram of blight. This gives a burnt appearance. There is a sudden death of plant parts as leaves, flowers, stamens, twigs, fruits or the entire plant. The dead part usually turns brown or black and soon disintegrates. Example, early and late blight of potato. Third is canker, a localized necrotic lesion on woody tissue often sunken. Fourth is dieback. Dieback is the progressive death of shoots and twigs, generally starting at the tip. This is the dieback. The death of shoot or twig, it starts from the tip of the infected part. The tip dies and then the rest of the plant. Fifth symptom is root rot. Root rot, here we can see the root rot. Root rot is disintegration or decay of a part of root or the whole root system. Here we can clearly see a part of root decaying or the whole root decaying. Next symptom, sixth symptom is damping off. Damping off is this, here we can see damping off, a rapid collapse and death of very young seedlings. Either the seed rots before emerging of seedling or the seedling rots at the soil line and falls over and dies. Several soil-borne fungi cause this disease like Fusarium, Rhizoctonia, Pythium. These diseases cause damping of seedling. Some seedling here in this diagram we can see some seedlings are successful in growth and others they are not successful and they are dying or they have not emerged at all. Next is seventh symptom is anthracnose. And in anthracnose we can see ulcer-like lesion that can be necrotic and sunken. These lesions can appear on the fruit, flower and stem. Mostly they occur on the stem. As we can see here, their lesions are occurring on the stem of the host. Example, apple anthracnose on stem. This is mostly by Coleotrichum. Next is scab. Eighth symptom is scab. Here we can see the diagram of scab, apple scab. Localized lesions on host, fruit, leaves, tubers and other plant parts. These infections result a rough crust-like area on the surface of the host. Here we can see rough area. Example, apple scab and pear scab. Next symptom is basal stem rot. As the name suggests, basal stem rot, there is disintegration of the lower part of the stem. Basal rotting of the stem at the base. 10th symptom is soft rot and dry rot. On the basis of firmness, how can we differentiate between soft rot and dry rot? We can differentiate on the basis of firmness. So, on the basis of firmness, maceration and disintegration of fruits, roots, bulbs, tubers and fleshy leaves. There is soft rot and dry rot. So these were the necrotic symptoms which we can see by the infection of fungi. Almost all the above 10 symptoms, they may also cause the pronounced stunting of the infected plants. The infected plant, the plant which is infected by fungi, it causes the stunting of the plant height. The plant growth also affects. There is an effect on the plant growth. So, all the above symptoms may cause stunting of the infected plant. So, this was the most common symptom, necrosis. These were the effects of necrosis, and now we will start with in next class we will deal with the other symptom. We will study the other symptoms. Okay.